Welcome everyone to another episode of Spire. We left I was about to call them heroes, but we should just say rebels. When last we left our rebels, they had traveled through the Vermisian. And when they came out through the other side, some of them were wonky. Um, at this point now, they have arrived at a row of row houses and inns within the perch at which they are staying, and they have received a cryptic cipher message from their magister, and it's in a particular code called Iscara's code, which is basically a complicated type of scribble code that resembles various different types of spiders' webs. Within that code, the Mortician Executioner realized that his order was looking for him to perform a particular duty for his order, the Mortician Executioners. And so he had to hurry up and return so that to not cause any suspicion. The Vermisian Sage also had particular calling that he had to go to also from the academies. And so they quickly left. But within this coded message, you realize that your magister had activated a particular not utilized aspect of the cells within our hidden mistress. And this is basically a function by which new people could be introduced to the cells that had already been clarified and vetted by the magister. And so the person who ended up delivering you this particular message is Jebideux. All right. And so through the cryptic, through the cipher, you're able to determine one, that he is aware and in tune with your mission, and two, that he's already been vetted by your magister. All right. As you guys are in the inn and the row houses, basically, punch drunk from the Vermisian, you hear lots of it's what passes as early evening in the perch. The perch, as I said before, it's scaffolding off the sides of Spire. So it is actually one part of Spire that actually receives light at various different times. All right. A lot of the alleyways and the pathways are covered over so this light doesn't come through, but there's little peak holes and stuff. And so it's fading down and it's becoming going to evening, which is the most active time um, within the Spire itself. And you guys hear a lot of ruckus in the street. You hear commanding voices that seem to be very, very weighted with authority. Um, you hear a lot of scuffling going back and forth. Um, and even around the hallways, around the different, the rooms which you are resting in, it's a lot of activity. And I'm going to leave it there.
Well,
Should we look into whatever that is?
it's been like 5 minutes. It must be related, right?
Is it? I mean, could we just sit this one out?
Absolutely not. It's definitely coming for us, whatever it is, whether we like it or not.
Okay.
And
Fair
then
enough.
you hear a scratch, kind of like at the lower right hand part of your door. A little scratch, like the corner of the door.
I will draw my rapier and like signal to the others to be ready, and I'm going to just open the door as little as I possibly can to peek out and see what it is.
You see a small little black cat kind of just hugging its way around the door into the room. But then you guys notice that it's flecked with like, little crimson marks. But what most stands out about this cat is that it has one eye. And the eye is slightly, when you catch it during certain angles, glimmering. Not full red, but kind of like the outlines almost neon like. And it just kind of makes its way around the hole of the door into the room and just kind of hugs the wall while at the same time looking at you.
Putting the sword away, picking up and petting the cat, obviously. Oh, it's just a kitty. It's cool.
And the cat purrs a little bit. And then it looks at each of the members in the room. And then it closes its eye. And you think you hear it meowing and purring. And then you think the purring and the meowing is actually a sound of verbiage. You hear something like, Elisha. And it's very comfortable in your arms. It's very comfortable. It's not running away or anything. But it's just mentioning that. And now you hear heavy boots coming into your building. And you hear, not on your door, but the doors down the hall. And then he says, guards, you need to talk to you. So this is about 2 doors down where they're at right now.
Are there windows in the room?
Yes, there's a window. You guys are on the 2nd level.
Is there any sort of fire escape or anything?
No fire escape, but it is definitely it's low enough that you can hang and drop.
We can make a run for it. They're not even looking for us, maybe.
All right. You got Josette making a run for it.
Sounds like a plan.
All
right, let's
do
do
this. As you
this.
guys are clambering out this window, you notice that the guards are heavy a heavy presence on the street. Though you guys look kind of peculiar, climbing out this window and stuff, they really don't notice you because they're just so enamored with all the work that they're doing, questioning everybody. And
would Scriv be wearing a jacket or a cloak or something like that?
100% a cloak.
Yeah, so I'm as I'm climbing down, I'm doing my best to keep the cat concealed under the cloak.
Gotcha. And what Prosper notices, by his feet is the latest issue of the Chronicle, and he noticed the headline on it. It says, "The Swan Strikes Again."
Can't believe anything you read in these papers.
And
I'm going to keep it for later, but
okay. And then down the alleyway, you see a bunch of drow, but you also see a drow that's dressed in blue and gold robes.
Like me?
Like you. He locks eyes with you a second,
I lock him back.
and then he looks away and starts not moving fast enough so he would catch guards' attention, but definitely in a hurry type of movement.
Wonder who was
Let's
that?
match pace.
Sorry, what?
We could match pace. Just
Okay.
stay behind him a little bit.
That's a good idea.
Okay. So
Is the cat cooperative through this process, or is it trying to get away?
the cat is very cooperative. Very cooperative.
I don't trust
This is such a good cat. We're so lucky this cat came to our door.
Great.
We don't have time to address the cat right
Great.
now. We gotta get moving.
This cat is gonna come back and bite us. You know it's true.
So, as you guys are making matching pace, you pass a couple of alleyways and things. He seems to be trying to pick up pace even more. And then he looks back real quick. You guys look, he looks back real quick to see if you guys are still behind him. And he turns around and boom, he runs right into a couple of guys. He runs right into the two lieutenants, the two sons of Anastasia.
Uh-oh.
And he looks,
Is there a lot of attention on him?
no, there's not a lot of attention on him, but they are locked-eyed on him. And he's kind of just like stuck. And then
Crap.
you guys are still match pace with them. So are you approaching? Are you holding? Are you falling back?
Ooh, I hold for a second, for sure. It's like, see what we want to. Are we going to try to bail this guy out or use this as an opportunity to.
Use it as an opportunity to get away. I don't owe
Yeah.
him anything, even though we're part of the same order. Our order is all about making money, okay? And I don't see what the profit in it is
All
to
right.
aid
So
this person. In fact, I think they're looking for me, and I need to change my robes.
all right, you guys are in the middle of the street.
I'm going to
Okay.
get out of the street. Are there alleys I can get into?
There's alleys you can get into, but all your other robes are blue and gold too. You are a devout cleric of Azurite,
I know.
either which way that goes. And he looks like really like he's trying to make a decision real quick. But you see that the two sons of Anastasia basically, the whole type of you come with us on each side. And they may or may not have something against his rib or something, So he's definitely taking him. He's now basically has to go where they're taking him.
If we help him, he will owe us.
Okay. I'll run in. And just sort of like I'm catching up to him.
I'm going to step back and just watch the idle doer thing. It's like, this is what I live for.
I have no plan, by the way.
That's when you're at your best.
Thank goodness I caught up to you. Thank goodness we found you. Let me tell you, it is a mess back there. Can you believe it? I almost lost my scarf.
He looks puzzled for a second. He clicks. Oh yeah. And then the two brothers, the two sons are just like, come on. He's still kind of holding back a little bit because you're there, but they're definitely trying to get him to move without drawing that much attention.
And
So-
I think they need help, frankly. You may want to check on them.
So I'd like to use an ability, Nose for Trouble. You can find what's out of place. You can find the story. Once per scene, ask the GM, what's weird or out of place here?
Okay. What is weird or out of place here? Actually, the fact that when they look up and they look past Josette, what's out of place to them is that there are two Azurites.
Is it unusual for there to be more than one Azurite in the same place at the same time? Do they usually work solo or something like that?
We don't like each other very much, really.
Yeah. Well, the perch itself is not an area by which there is a lot of hard money, hard currency. It's not usually a place where Azurites apply their trade per se, even though technically they do everywhere. But definitely, it appears that within recent times, at least by their watch, that there has not been, this many Azurites. So they're getting confused now.
What's the idol's name again?
Josette.
Josette. Isn't that the other actor you need for your Azurite skit?
Nice. Nice.
Like, yes, and I've been looking for him everywhere. Why did you run off? Look, I wasn't talking to you about the cigarettes, by the way. It's not your fault. Don't worry about it. Seriously, though, I think they might need help. It was, I can't say too much because, but ew.
The cat jumps out of your arms real quick. And it runs to a particular alleyway while all this is happening. And the two sons of Anastasia, they definitely are confused. And they loosen their grip a little bit on the Azurite, who then bolts away.
I run too. We're running. We're both running.
Following after.
Yeah, let's
You
get out
son
of
of a bitch.
Right. Okay, so not only are you running away, you also are running in the direction where the Azurite is running.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. And the closest one will be Josette. So, Josette has Scriv, actually. Do either of you have pursuit in terms of your pursuit? Yes.
No. I compel and deceive.
No.
You have pursuit either? All right. I'm going to do a 1d10 for both of you.
Okay.
For Scriv and for Josette. Because they're going to have to be the anchor for everybody else to follow the Azurite. So, 1d10. Let's see what we got here. Who got the 6?
That was me.
Okay. All right. So you locked on him. You locked on him, and everybody else is following you. Okay. Everybody else is following along. You're locked on him. You stumble a little bit, but everybody else is locked on, so they're out this Azurite. But then at the same time that you guys are after the Azurite, the two brothers are after y'all too. All right. right? So it's very, very Scooby-Doo shenanigans right now. You guys are trying to follow the Azurite, while at the same time, these two, um, sons of Anastasia are following you. And then, from the direction where the Azurite is running, you see 3 town guards. They're very like classic middle class type of copish kind of aura on them. They got like real like soot covered, generic guard uniforms and everything. And all you stare where the Azurite is running to, and they're just like, stop. And the Azurite bolts up his hands, and it looks like he is going to submit himself to the guards. At this point, the guards have not clocked into the other 2 groups that are following this Azurite, meaning y'all, and then also the 2 brothers.
Is there a side street or
Yeah.
anything like that to duck down?
Yeah,
that's where I'm going.
And then the 2 brothers follow you into this alleyway.
Uh-oh. I turn to the do we see this? Like, I turn to the gutter cleric and it's like, they're going to need us.
Yeah.
We're going to have to interfere.
So you guys are all in the alleyway, and the 2 guards, not the guards, pardon, the 2 sons of Anastasia are there. And one of them says, we need to talk to the Azurite. They notice they're pulling out their little, interrogation supplements. One has like a really gnarly type of club. The other one definitely has a knife that has been utilized, and not just for poultry.
These are the sons of Anastasia, right?
Yes.
And am I correct in guessing that even if we can win an encounter with these guys, the consequences of doing so would be extraordinary to do here?
What are you doing?
Who are you saying that to?
To them, to the 2 brothers. What are you doing?
Okay. And they continue to push forward to find the Azurite.
This seems off.
You guys aren't interfering; they're going in that direction. So they're literally just staring at Prosper.
Perhaps we could have a civil conversation about this. Tools away and all that. Pull out the prayer pistol, or the Pilgrim's Prayer. We can have a calm discussion, or I can meet rules with law, perhaps.
They notice that you have a gun.
Uh-oh.
They look at each other. They go. One of them goes, he doesn't even know.
Or we can step through this door and you can interrogate him all alone by yourselves and with him. Would that be more accustomed to you?
We just want to talk to the Azurite.
Right through this door, then.
Just talk.
And they put up, the weapons like this. For now, just talk.
Okay, but we're all going to be there.
Prosper,
Okay.
You first. I open the door. I'm going to use necrophusomancy to reroute the door to another location further,
Nice.
further up or past where the guards are with the other Azurite so that he can catch them there. And I'm also going to let both of the Anastasians through. I'm going to shut off the ability after letting me and him through, letting me and Prosper through. So they're just going to be in a random fucking area and not know that we're up there.
Okay, hold on, let me read the full ability they have. No.
Nice.
The cult believes that the cult of City of Spire once lived but died long ago. They used hack necromantic rituals to bring parts of the city back to life. It gives me mind. I can trick a passageway into leading somewhere else for a few seconds, but only for you. It'll be more stress if I use it to transport me and Prosper. I'm going to let me and him go through, and then I'm going to just turn it off. Or I'm going to let me, Prosper, and I'm forgetting your name right now. I'm sorry.
You have
Scriv
Josette, and you also have Scriv.
through.
So what are you trying
Josette's
to...
in the front, I believe, with the other guy. I'm trying to let all three of us pass over and in the area in front of us where she is with the other Azurites so that we can regroup over there. And I'm just going to have them walk into whatever doorway this is afterwards, and it probably will be anywhere. It's just not going to be where we're at.
Okay, so the
It'll give
goal
us
is...
at least a heads up.
So the goal is that the party walks through this changed doorway, and then when they follow us, the doorway goes somewhere else. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So one, it will only go to one place. You can bring yourself and some allies through, but it will only go to one place. So once you shut it off, it'll be shut off.
Yeah,
Two.
and it's just going to be wherever it normally would be. So they would just be through the doorway and not see us.
Gotcha.
I'm hoping that means they'll think we just ran away that direction.
Gotcha,
They
gotcha.
might not. This might just be me wasting shadow here.
Yeah, let's do
But
it.
it might work.
It's worth a shot.
So you want it to go to a specific place?
I want it to go to some doorway. I want it to go to some doorway past where the other Azurite is and Josette is, where they're with the other guards.
Gotcha. All right. So
if I'm less specific,
it's less stress.
it'll be easier.
Yeah, it's
so I just don't want it to be a random place in the city. I want it to be somewhere ahead, but not. It doesn't matter as long as it's close enough.
All right, I'm gonna mark that with D.
Yeah.
D6 for stress. All right. So when you cast divine magic, it always works.
I'm also going to attempt
Let
to
him
do
talk.
miracle, and I'm going to tap on her and see if the archway will impart a little bit of mastery that'll let me. Yeah, for more stress.
Yeah. So just roll D6. 1d6.
Oh no.
Are you able to do that?
Am I able to do what?
Just roll 1d6 for stress.
All right. I think it.
There we go. All right.
It worked for a minute.
You were able to bring everybody through this portal. All right. But you have 4. You now have 4 in mind stress. So suddenly, what you keep hearing is a bunch of doors keep closing. Just like an auditory echo that happens. All right. So you did get through the door. You are in a random other portion of town right now, but it is still close within the neighborhood that you still were in, and it is still, very, very active and stuff in terms of where you are. And then where you guys are in this, when you spill out of this particular alleyway, you notice that amongst all the people kind of in the street, there's a type of haggard-looking female drow across the street. really can't see that much of her face or anything. Her hair pretty much falls down over her face, over her left eye. Her clothes are definitely very, very dated, even by Drow standards. And she's petting a cat,
Uh-oh.
a cat with red flecks on it. And she kind of just looks at you, like at everybody. And then she turns and just starts to slowly walk away. But then she turns and looks at you again, and then keeps walking.
I guess we're following.
Yeah, let's go with her.
She sits on a stairwell in front of this particular one-story house, and she says, "I'm glad that you came." And then she just like spits out something. It's almost as though she's spitting tobacco. Um, she says, "This has to end." And then she says, "And you'll have to go to Anastasia."
Hmm.
And then she says, while she's doing it, she's petting the cat, who's slowly like purring and looking up at y'all. And then you also notice that the cat itself smells a little bit of sulfur. And then the final thing she says is like, "Don't worry about the boys." She's like, "They're not that smart anyway. And once Anastasia finds out what you know, they won't be any problem."
Thank you, but who are you?
She doesn't even look up. She's like, "You're wasting time."
You
You
want
know,
to go?
this is the first
Right.
opportunity we've had to do something that doesn't involve chasing anybody or being chased today. So sounds like a plan to me. What were you going to say, Josette?
Oh, well, I mean, really, isn't it up to you? You're who Anastasia wants to talk to.
Her bones crack a lot, like in an unnerving type of fashion. She puts her like foot out at her ankle and kind of twists it. And the amount of cracks that come from her ankle should not be the number of bones that's in her ankle. And she says that Daylor, and she lets the cat, crawl down from her hands, kind of make its way over to Scriv and kind of nuzzle against Scriv. That Daylor can take you there.
What do you think, Prosper?
Until we deal with Anastasia, or she deals with us, these chases are never going to stop. I'm willing to go talk to her, but I wouldn't ask any of you to risk yourselves.
No. We should go as a group. More heads to chop off in case it gets sticky.
Also, if Anastasia has bad intentions toward you, we would have no way of knowing about it until after the fact. So if something's going to happen to you, I'd rather we be there with you to either stop it, escape it, whatever it takes.
I could go home. Like, no, okay, I'll come. It's fine. No.
So
Prosper tries to hide it, but he's never had anyone stick up for him like that or be willing to face danger together. The last time that happened was when he was on the front fighting the gnolls. And all the people, whoever tried to help him, are gone. But he keeps the composure. Very well.
So this particular woman, she just ignores you guys as though you were never there. And she's just walking up into the building. Daylor the cat, like I said, it's nuzzled around Scriv's leg, but then kind of peels off and starts walking in a particular direction. And as the cat walks, it looks back,
That cat.
and it keeps walking. And then
Kitty, I'm following after the cat.
it keeps walking. The cat's bringing you through various different portions of Spire, and one of the main parts that you guys end up at is there are 4 huge fires. They're kind of like the boundary of Spire. And they bring you to the one that is dedicated to Feydewoth, which is a drow godling of eclipses that claims that she was exiled from Pantheon. All right. It's very, very smoky. This is pretty much, the smoke also doesn't just work the fire doesn't just work as light for the perch. The smoke itself also kind of works to dilute any sunlight that comes into the perch. Especially why like these big particular braziers, it's really, really smoky. And crowds are definitely gathered around these particular braziers, one place where people socialize, just hang out and stuff of that nature. And as you get to the brazier, you see the 2 sons of Anastasia. And they are about to just, you see their face just like light up like this, like, and then they notice the cat. And they're like, ain't this and before they were super tense and everything, looked like they were reaching for their weapons, that all kinds of melts away. And they slowly just kind of come up to you and say, just follow us.
Don't make eye contact, okay?
No, make lots of eye contact.
This is a little embarrassing.
And the cat, the cat definitely, acknowledges them in a little way. And the cat is very, very much so Disney kind of level, kind of meanders through them, their legs. And the cat is kind of leading everybody now. The 2 brothers, they're just not deflated, but they are not on any type of, fighting time or anything like that. Once they saw the cat, they just realized that, you know, to follow the cat.
Jeb is just all smiles after this interaction.
And they're not even worried to see if you follow them because they're just following the cat. The question is, are you guys following them and the cat?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Fine.
Now, the perch itself, as I said before, it's basically a shanty town on the side of Spire. There is nothing really glamorous about the perch. Yet, there is one portion where you guys end up at. It's like a staircase, long, kind of like park-like staircase. You know, long steps, and it goes up into a building that is built like directly against Spire. And if there's anything of like opulence in the perch, this is the closest thing to it. You know, so you guys are meandering up these stairs, huge two black oak wood doors. You know, you hear the brothers do some type of code combination of knock and uh, verbal exchange, and you hear these two black oak doors just creak open. And immediately as the cracks open, you can see there are various intricate, there's various tables that have intricate chemicals on them. Amber honey candles. And there's across the ridge of even the opening room, the ridge between the ceiling and the walls, it's very faint, but it's made like all the way across the top with various intricate symbols. And as you guys are coming in, I need the Azurite to roll 1d10.
1d10, here it comes. One.
Jeebus Clevis. Okay. Azurite. As soon as everybody's coming within there, black and red velvet carpets, very intricate and everything. But as soon as you guys are about a third, it's kind of like an opening room, and then you know there's a bigger room. And as soon as the Azurite crosses the threshold, he is knocked on the ground by some of the thugs
Knew it.
of Anastasia.
Ugh.
All right.
Spits out some blood.
You roll d6 for blood stress.
One. All ones today, baby.
Oh, lucky boom. All right. Okay. So yeah, you get a little brush scar against the face and everything. And at that moment, the two older brothers are grabbing up, you know, the guy who jumped you, and they're like, "The cat brought him here." And the guy looks off the shoulder like, "But Anastasia wants the Azurite." And then one of the older brothers smacks him. It's like the cat brought him here. And kind of
Wipes
shuffles
some blood
him
off.
off. You know, the other brother that's left, Joseph, he is basically following the cat and leading y'all the chamber where you see Anastasia.
There she is.
Huge, beautiful, huge chair that's about a yard above her head. That's how big it is. And the cat slowly comes up and crawls on her lap. She starts petting. And she looks at the Azurite. And then she says, "You are the one."
Is what? I didn't catch that.
I couldn't catch it either.
She says, "You are not the one that we were looking for."
You know, somebody did say that at some point
And she goes,
during all this.
once the idol starts talking, she goes,
And yet, we were asked to come here. The cat doesn't make mistakes. Wouldn't you agree?
"Oh, the cat makes a lot of mistakes. But you guys are the ones who've been making mistakes." And then she says, you know, the two brothers come stumbling in, and they're just trying to, you know, at the same time, while they're not trying to be seen, they're trying to, like, not be seen by their mother. All right. But they want y'all to see them. Let you all know that they're there. And she says, "But you are an Azurite, correct?"
Yes, I
Looking
am.
like it, Prosper.
Yes, I am. And what of it?
You know your brother. And she says it with a heavy gravitas, right? Your brother, almost with disdain, has been interfering with my business here at the Perch.
I see. And what would you have me do about that?
Says, "I need that business to stop."
Hmm.
And she slowly stands up, carrying the cat. And she says, "I do not deal with drag."
It's not what people on the street are saying, with all due respect.
Say it again.
It's not what people on the street are saying. You're the prime suspect. It's kind of a problem for you, isn't it?
Yes, that's very much so. And then another one of her particular henchmen, not the brothers, comes up, whispers in her ear, and she says, "Well, it seems your brother, the authorities has found him. But I fear that he's just opened a can of worms that will keep infecting my business. It's through your brother that Drek made its way here into the Purge. And wherever it is coming from and however it is coming, I need it to stop."
You are familiar with our order to some degree, I would assume. Part of that assumption must be that you know we do nothing for free. If you would enlist my aid, it would require payment for those sort of services.
She has a slim smile. And then she's like, "Payment will be at the other end." And she was like, "Silly boy. Part of the payment up front is that you get to leave alive."
It's not really enough, is it? Doesn't really solve your problem if we're dead.
And then another thought comes up and whispers in her ear. And she smiles again. And she's like, I know that you Azurites, are in it for Azur. But I also know that you Azurites do not gamble when the full stakes are not known.
Correct.
And she says, I will give you a little bit of information. The Azurite, your brother, he has recently been killed. Not only has he recently been killed, it appears that the 2 guards that he was with were also killed. In a very ritualistic, stylized, artistic manner.
The swan?
Find out what you can about the swan.
Oh, we're working for you now?
You're in the purge. You were going to end up working for me, whether you like it or not. I will say this, though. If and when this is brought to a conclusion, I won't reveal who you are to the populace.
I look at Scriv, Josette, Jeb. She's got us. She's got us.
And she just lightly, and she then lets it slip. She's like, because when people get hurt, bleed out in their gut, they usually have to have a little aid applied to it. And the things that they talk about when they are feverish, it finds its way to me.
All right, we work for you. But that also means we get access to certain things. Help us. Resources. I'm sure you know some people who could help.
Says that there are a couple of people, either the guards or her people. You may be able to get some information from them regarding, Swan, where they are in these studies. But that's all that she has right now because her other particular avenue was the Azurite, who was bringing in the track.
Well, regarding how they died, though, if we're looking for a lead that way, we could find out the source of the feathers.
It's like, you need to go to basically the guard station where they've collected all this information at. I haven't been following on that, and they have been following Swan, who up until this point really didn't get what I had going on. The Azurite was my problem because they were bringing Drek and destroying my operations. But now it appears that the Drek and the Spawn are overlapping. And my guys
So-
just can't go up in there.
Am I correct in understanding that since Scriv works for the paper, he would have some kind of press credentials?
Yes.
Done. I can go there in my capacity as a reporter. We'll treat it like we're getting official statements. We'll find out everything there is to find out. No problem. And I might even be able to get some help with my contacts with the Gutterkin.
All right. Let's go with boom. You're going to roll 2. You're going to roll 3. 2 D10 because you have like investigate. Yeah, post society, right?
Yeah.
All right, so do 3 D10. Take the highest.
Yeah, sorry. I think my bad luck ran out. Rubbed off on you.
Gosh!
2, a 1, and a 1.
Okay,
That's
so
horrible.
here's the question: is Scriv going by himself there? Are you guys staying with Anastasia? What's the dynamics in terms of how you guys are going? Or is there another place that you guys are going to be at while Scriv does investigation?
What was it that she was saying about she had a suggestion, I think, about the feathers, that the guards had that, right? All the information about that. How about I've seen the feather up close because I saw the body. I saw a murdered body.
Yeah.
Do I know what happened with any of the feathers? Having seen the feathers, can I make any conclusions?
2 D10
Okay.
is investigation. All right, this is what you guys get. So, Scriv, when you do your research, you find out that the swan, when you look, you make a little connection between all of the people that the swan has been assassinating. And you realize there is also a cluster of them that are theater critics. Right? But as soon as you come upon that information, you notice that a couple of the guards are looking at you extra weird. Right? Like extra weird. And Josette, from your little research, you realize that the feather is used in a type of performance that happens in the Silver Quarter called the song. The song is a type of performance that's a combination between theater and combat. And there are performances on the Silver Quarter. In the Silver Quarter.
Oh, I'm missing this last part. You're fading out.
Okay, so the song is
Sorry, hold on.
flash forward to the timeline.
Of all the times.
So Scriv,
Hmm.
you notice that these two particular guards, they're looking at you weird. And they're trying to like position themselves to kind of, you know, try to appear like they're not looking at you, but you know they're looking at you.
Did the cleric or the Azurite, Jeb or Prosper, did either of you come with me on this adventure?
Oh,
I
go
guess
ahead.
so.
I don't think I would actually. I think like Azurites are gonna blow your cover, and like there's guards are looking for him. Honestly, I was thinking to wait at
Okay, it's fine.
Anastasia's and keep collecting any info that I could.
No, it's fine. So since Jeb is there, Scriv is gonna, that thing you do where you suddenly look up and it's like, oh, the thing I forgot, that kind of gesture, is gonna turn to Jeb like, oh, you have a service you have to run in like 20 minutes, right? Let's go get you ready for that. He's basically just trying to make loudly make an excuse to get them out of this situation.
Yes, of course.
All right, cool.
Let's go then. Let's go.
All right. So as you guys are leaving, you also realize that another part, the final thing that you got, Scriv, from the information was that each of the victims, their hearts have been taken.
Hmm.
The corpses all did not have a heart.
Hi. What was I saying?
Okay, so that for you, Josette,
Mhm.
the feather you notice is used in a particular theater performance called the Sign.
Right.
All right, and you know that these type of performances happen in the Silver Quarter.
Right.
All right. And then Scriv has just found out that also none of the corpses of the Swan's victims were found with hearts. Their hearts were all gone. Right?
No hearts.
No hearts. And remember also that a particular device that's used by mortician executioners to break open the cavity was found at one of the scenes.
Okay. Do I know where this is performed?
You do. There is a club in the Silver Quarter. It's called the Boat Club. And it has some of the latest performances of the song there. The Silver Quarter itself is on another level of Spire. To travel there, you guys are going to have to accumulate silver stress. Traveling between levels of Spire costs either a whole bunch of time or money. There are various different ways to get between the levels depending on which levels you're traveling over. There are some which are basically cargo type lifts that are very, very shaky and very unruly. And usually these cargo type lifts are utilized a lot by the workers. The populace itself, there's between some places there's literally stairs that go up the inside walls of Spire that takes a good day's journey to travel up. And there's also, private or elevators. There's also the core central temple of mortician executioners that's kind of a spine within Spire. But any which way, it's going to cost you some silver.
Well, I can deal with that.
Is there any place that you guys want to be at specifically?
Any specific place we want to? Sorry, I didn't catch the last word.
Any place that you want to recoup at in terms of, so that you guys can exchange all this information now that you just have. And Scriv and Jebideux, the guards are definitely following y'all. They try not to be seen, they are definitely following y'all.
I'll whisper to Scriv. Do you think a magic trick might be useful here, or is there somewhere you're specifically wanting to try to go?
I was thinking we could head back to the apartment that we were using for our hideout. That's where the other two would most likely show up. But is there a part of the perch where law enforcement just doesn't go? Like just the rough part of the cops just do not go to this part of town?
Pretty much all the perch is the rough part of town. But there's places that they technically don't enforce because 9 times out of 10 they've been bribed. So you will see them in various different places, but whether or not they are full guards or not, you don't know.
So what magic trick do you have in mind?
I pat on a random archway, the one from before.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get out of here. Let's lose these losers.
I take a turn trying to find a good and usable doorway, and then I'll test my little magic trick again.
All right, that's only once per situation.
Oh, is it only once per situation?
Yeah, once per setting.
Oh, okay, so that hasn't reset. Okay, let me see if I have anything that will help us. Is there anybody around who I can determine might be particularly hostile to the guards?
The bootleg miracle's only once per situation.
Okay, the other one is
the necrophusomancy I can do repeatedly. It's just gonna hurt every time.
Oh, damn. Okay. I mean, now, Scriv, also, what were you saying? If there's anybody who what?
Who looks like they would be particularly hostile to guards?
Yes. There is an older drow woman who has a scrunched up face when she sees the guards.
Does she look like she might be dangerous in any way?
Does it look like she is dangerous in the classical sense of dangerous? But she looks like somebody's mama who's mad. So classically not dangerous, but she looks like she's pissed off at the guards.
So what I'd like to do, just to avoid our cleric having to take any more damage than he already has, and then if this doesn't work, I'll kick it over to you. I'm going to use Do It for the Story. You have a way of getting people to act on their baser impulses. Once per session, an NPC you're talking to does precisely what they want to do at a moment in time, regardless of social mores, fear, obligations, or politeness. And so I'm just going to strike up a conversation with this lady, be like, yeah, check out these guards. They're just like skulking around. They're not even like actually doing guard stuff.
All right, roll 1d10.
See if I can continue my parade of ones.
Woo! All right.
There you go.
That's what I'm talking about. No
Big
stress.
money, big money.
No stress. All right. So what happens is she's like, they hurt my baby boy. And then she just starts to ignore you. And then she starts to go there, and she's just like laying them out. She's like, you guys never do your job. You hurt my baby boy. He wasn't even robbing that much, and she is taking all the attention of everybody in the area to these particular 2 guards.
While that's going on, I'm just kind of like guiding, encouraging the cleric to follow me or just around the nearest corner to disappear from sight.
Okay. And what you then also notice right before you do that, you also notice that there were a few, it was bothering you, but you didn't get it before. There's like a little bit of plumage on their uniform, like from a feather. All So you guys are going back to the drop spot. You're still at Anastasia. Josette, where are you going? You guys are going back to the drop spot also, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Something else that while Prosper was speaking with Anastasia slipped out. She gets to talking to you a little bit. She basically just says that, you know, she's basically unloading her sins on you to a degree. She says, you know, what she sells to the people isn't to hurt the people, is to, you know, allow them to just deal with all of this heaviness that's in Spire. But whoever is bringing Drek here is doing it to destroy people. And she never thought a second about, because she thought the Swan murders, they were, you know, amusing. They were drama. They were something to, you know, to dial in every so often. But she never thought that it would cross over into her business. And then she says something. And she says, and I even think, from what I've heard from some of my people who sometimes gamble in the silver quarters, that he even has a secret devotees or secret followers, a little cult following. You know, she didn't pay any mind because she saw nothing around here that just saw a random person get killed here and there. Saw nothing that led her to believe that it was, you know, a cult following or anything. But this is what some of her people have told her.
So maybe it's wrong of you to think that this person is a brother of mine. Don't you think so?
No, he brought Drek. Your brother brought Drek.
What I'm saying is, if he brought Drek, then he's not a brother of mine. I want to use my Azurite ability, since I got her in the room.
Okay.
I want to know what is her true desire in this moment. I want, like, how much of this is she just trying to, you know, is this PR? Like, is she just trying to say this in front of everybody, or is there something else going on? So I'll pull it up on my character sheet.
That's heart's desire, right?
Heart's desire, my heart's desire ability. I want to know, what is Anastasia's heart desire?
And she confesses. First of all, of course, as you're casting this little gold flecks that appear within the air. And she looks down a little bit at the cat. And says, I just want to get back to the home nations. All of this is just for me to get back to the home nations. I did not want this much death on my hands.
Sounds like you just want good business being done.
Yes.
All right.
The Cleric is not good business.
We can agree on that. Thank you, Anastasia. I think we'll be seeing each other again.
All right. All right. So now that you guys are back at the quote-unquote safe house and exchanging this information that you all have gathered, and all signs are pointing to the silver quarter.
Before we get into that, wasn't there a conversation Prosper wanted to have this session about something?
It's okay. It's not.
It'll wait.
It would
Okay,
be
that's
awkward
fine.
at this point. Yeah, no worries.
That's fair. That's fair.
Well,
that's
I'll
fair.
get it. I'll get it when we have the chance. I'll when the
Okay,
timing,
that's fair.
when the timing is good. Thank you.
Well, I was right. Okay, so we
Yeah.
need to get to the silver quarter. What were you going to say next to Leif?
Everybody has to roll silver stress. So
Okay.
1d6.
1d6. 1.
Rude.
4.
This is actually good. The
Dice
lower
are
is
rigged.
better, actually. But you're just accumulating stress. So for let me just get it right on you guys. So for Prosper, what did you roll?
1.
Yeah, doesn't even register because you're resistance. Um,
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Josette, what did you roll?
A 1.
Oh, I bet you that doesn't count.
I have high resistance as
You have a
well.
silver resistance too?
I have
Yeah.
3 silver
Yeah,
resistance.
you're good.
Yeah, I got 4.
Jebideux, roll 1d6. What you get?
Oh, I forgot to roll. Sorry. That's a 6.
Oh. Let's see if you got any resistance to silver. So, I'll find out.
No, I do not.
Yeah, you don't. Wow. Okay. And
Actually,
then
no, I shouldn't have any
what
shadow
did
right
you
now.
roll?
I rolled a 4 and I do not have resistance.
Ooh, Scriv. Let me know if you need a loan.
You. Oh, okay.
The hell, we got the loan shark in here.
So we're about to,
I'm more of an arms dealer, but yeah, I'll dabble in loan sharking.
Well, actually, you might have to, because what's going to happen now is that we're about to both fall out for both of them. Nope. No. Okay, good. You all didn't get silver fallout, but you guys are, tightening up on the purses.
Broke. We are broke.
Pricey.
Yes.
Who is we?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's
Me and
for
Scriv. Me and Scriv are broke.
You did not put on the fur and be like, yeah.
I did. It did, in fact. I'm a little chilly. Thank you.
There's poor people here, But, so you guys are able to commandeer a medium-sized lift. Okay, it creaks its way up the side of Spire. It's very, very creaky. There's other people in there also. It takes, good hour to get itself, to the next level.
Are we there yet? I have to...
Into the silver quarters. Once you are let out, it's literally like being let out of, if you're on the East Coast or any place actually. I'm thinking of Metro North. When you get out of the train, you get to Grand Central, and then people are like bustling out. That's very, very much what has happened. There are clear directions to the various parts of the silver order. There are various different clubs, and the attire of people is more on the upper crusty line in terms of clothes and demeanor and stuff like that. But it's very, very busy. There are various, you see the guards everywhere. The guards here, their uniforms are basically gold and white and very uniquely stylized, almost personalized. Um, but yeah, you could definitely, it's like you landed in Las Vegas. Put it that way. And the boat club is the particular club where the same performances happen. Is there anything else that you guys want to pick up before you go there? Any other place you want to stop? Any other thing?
Okay.
If not, there's definitely a crowd that's going to the boat club. The boat club itself it's on top of the canal that runs through the Spire, and it has a glass floor. So you're kind of like on the ground level of Spire almost, just a little bit higher, and the canal is like ported through there. All right, and so you know all the streets and buildings are all like different color filters and all made like all around. There is no smoke here. All right, this place is clean. Um, and like I said, the water is pumped up from the rivers of the North Docks. It's purified and it's made to this canal. And the boat club is on this canal. It's glass bottom. And it seems that people are there heading there for a show of the latest Say production.
A show?
A show.
What sort of show?
Like the song show.
You
Just what we're
said
looking for.
you said there's guards everywhere in this part of town, right?
Yes.
Do any of them have the feather insignia I noticed on the guards that were following us?
Good question.
As you get closer to the song, in terms of the club, you do notice one who has it. It's kind of like peeking out. And as I said before, everybody, all the guards in this level, they're a little more extra opulent. And they also are allowed to like stylize their own stuff. So you do notice one who definitely is that kind of feather.
I'm not going to make a whole thing of it, but I'm just going to like gently nudge my companions and kind of like that guy, check that guy out.
So the song production is appears to be a drama that is set in the time period when the Drow first got into conflict with the Gnolls. And you see definitely different crowds of people really excited to see this particular production. You don't just see adults. You see families, different types of people, all within that particular class strata, but all different type of people going to this event. And that particular guard is definitely looking like he's doing his job, but he also looks like he is making sure that is moving in that direction and getting to that event.
I'm looking around specifically for performers, is there a backstage area I'm seeing people slipping out of?
Right. There is definitely a backstage area. Here's a question. Are you going by yourself? Or are you going with the group?
I'm with them right now, but I'm looking around.
Okay. You can see that there is definitely an alleyway that most likely would lead into the back area of the boat club. But you also notice that it appears also, to be guarded by these guards.
May I attempt to help here?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm just with the Chronicle. We'd like to interview some of the cast, if that's okay with you all.
All right, let's go with 2d10. We're going to use compel.
2d10. Better one's a 7.
All right. So they're like, yeah. It's like press seats, are almost taken up, but there's a couple in there. There's 2 in there. And you can utilize those seats.
All right, let's go.
That's you and Josette. All right.
Okay.
The other 2, where are you at, Prosper and How we doing over there, Prosper?
Yeah, hold on, just a sec.
Okay. I keep switching back between people's real
This
names.
is like
They get
background.
make a new mashup of both of the names together. Dumbo.
There you go. No one to. All right, we got sound. We're good to go.
All right. All right. So we have Josette and we have Scriv, who basically have two press seats um, of the saying of this current the saying performance that's about to happen. And we have Jebideux and we have Prosper. What are y'all doing?
I'm gonna ask Prosper. So, have we checked out those guards with the feather insignia? Spoken to any of them? Gotten any information about that insignia?
I haven't. I've been trying to avoid guards recently.
True. Maybe not the best lead to pick up on then.
I think keep an eye out. Pay attention to who's who in this room. And wait for Scriv and Josette to come back.
So you guys have two options. You can hang right outside the theater out front, or you can pay to go in.
I'll pay to go in. And I'll
Okay.
pay for
Oh, thank you so much.
I'll pay for
How
the cleric.
kind, how kind.
I'll pay for Jeb.
Roll D10.
Oh no. I gotta roll. Come on, give me something good finally today. 5.
Yeah, you get it pulls a little bit. You're like, oh, it's a little more than I thought, but you're only gonna get one stress anyway because you're dang buffer. You know. So so it's just like, I wasn't planning to do this, in terms of budgeting your finances, but let it be. All right, so you guys are in. This is once again, as I said before, the club itself is on the water, glass floor. You can see the waters beneath it and everything. The way this particular club is set up, though, it's almost like the whole opera slopes down into the theater.
Oh, they have a theater pit.
Yes, it's more like a theater club per se. Um, there are some other rooms that are set off to the side for different type of gambling, though, within this particular within the boat club. But the saying show is right in the middle with the stage. Josette and Scriv. By Josette, there is an affluent drow. I can definitely tell. He definitely is got little silver rings going on. Got some nice Jimmy Preston earrings. And you also can tell that he's also wearing a mask, which isn't unheard of on this level, because this level is right next to some of the upper tiers that are totally controlled by the high elves. And so drow who basically interact with the high elves, or if they don't interact with the high elves, they're trying to be like the high elves. They wear masks just as often. So he has this nice silken mask that's orange and white, and like I said, he has gem encrusted earrings, and he just is like curtains are down every day. He just kind of, is this your first song?
Sorry, what did you say?
He whispers to Josette. He says, "Is this your first song that you witnessed?"
Oh, yes, actually. And I assume you come here often.
He says a lot. He's like, "These are the best seats, but I hope that they told you to come prepared with extra handkerchiefs, because sometimes when it gets to the conflict scenes, beads of blood will fly off, and you can't have that. So you have to have, extra handkerchiefs to take care of it.
Well, I'm so glad you told me. Next time I'll be sure to bring a parasol. My goodness. So
And
it gets quite bloody then.
very bloody, you
Mm.
know. And he bends over across Scriv to a drow sitting on the other side of Scriv. And he says, Melkor, they can get quite bloody, right? And this particular drow also, he's wearing a half mask, just covering his eyes. It's very lacy gauze type material, but he also is adorned with a lot of gems and encrusted jewels and everything. It says quite bloody. And you notice, Scriv notices in the crease of his coat a small feather.
Do you have a favorite performer?
Oh, tonight I heard that this performer, actually I heard that this performance tonight is going to be incredible. This is my first time that I've seen this play, but I wanted to see this play for a long time, and I heard that tonight's performance is going to be excellent. Um, with a gun of Cleric, with Jebideux and Prosper are, it is still very, very much upper echelon. You know, there's waiters walking around with fermented drinks. There's definitely a lot of highfalutin finger foods going on around and everything.
Jeb is gonna grab things as they pass by. Just sneak things off plates.
I'll let that
Do a little prayer and shove in his mouth as quick as he can.
I'll let that work. All right. But you guys are pretty much at the top. They're pretty much all the way down at the bottom. And then the curtains rise. And it starts off as an epic tale of a drow hero, tragic hero, who was the first to fight against the gnolls because of his endurance to the high elves. So this is the first drow that fought against the gnolls, not because that there was conflict between the gnolls and the drow elves, but because he was pushed by the high elves. And so it's going through various different parts of the play. And then, as I said before, the saying is also mixed with combat. And so there is one part, the first fight, where he is fighting with a sword against an evidently drow dressed in like a whole bunch of furs, all right, to look like a gnoll. And that gnoll has a particular club. And the way that this saying works is that first blood is built into the production. So they are really fighting. It's the crowd is eating it up. They're loving it. They're loving it. And then the hero of the epic draws first blood. And it's supposed to stop at that point. But he doesn't. He strikes again. More blood. Also, Jebideux and Prosper both notice that, people in the audiences are, they're drinking, they're imbibing, certain things. They're also, smoking certain things and stuff. And Prosper from a particular area definitely catches the scent of sulfur.
No.
And then the actor hits the other actor playing the knoll again. And he won't stop.
This isn't a performance.
Do you think this is perhaps our bird?
I think
And then you notice someone in the audience is like, get off of me. Get off of me. And then a fight breaks out. It's from the direction where you smell sulfur. And there's more fights breaking out in the audience. Guards are rushing into the audience trying to see what's going on. The performance is still going on. And the actor is striking down the other actor until the point that he runs his sword through his neck.
I'm going to instill emotion. We need some calm in here.
they're all on Drek.
The actors are on Drek.
That
People in the
this
crowd,
stuff is
too.
crazy.
The two other patrons who were sitting on either side of Josette and Scriv, at one point they seem to be excited about this, but then when it really starts to amp up, they realize the crowd is just getting out of control, and they're like, "Yo, we gotta get out of here," and they are pipelining toward the exit. So basically, like the first two rows are pipelining toward this exit, and you guys are caught between all this pipelining that's going toward the exit.
Josette, I think the show's over. Let's go.
Or maybe it's just starting from a certain point of view.
Now, you guys,
Muted. Josette, you're muted.
We should keep an eye on the performer, shouldn't we?
I'm going to look at the performer who has a sword through his neck and is like, to what point and purpose?
The one doing the stabbing, I mean.
oh yeah,
I think he's fine. He looks okay. I think he's.
No.
I think he's got the situation well in hand.
he jumps down off of the stage.
He could be our.
He's coming into the crowd that's piping out.
Hmm.
And he's striking people down. And
Okay.
Laughing. And
Laughing.
these two, the two patrons that were near y'all, they're just like, come on, get out of here. Let's get out of here. And everybody's spilling out into the.
Jeb, I need you to either mute your mic or fix your chair. Sorry, Life. Go ahead.
No, so like the piping into the alleyway, and the two patrons are right behind. One's in front and one's in back, and everybody's spilling out into this alleyway. But at the same time, some of the guards appear to try to get in there, while at the same time, some of these guards notice your patrons, and they come over and basically work to protect not just your patrons, but also you two, because you're with these patrons. And so the guards are herding y'all in a particular direction away from all of this violence. The same thing is happening on the top. Everybody's floating toward the exit, but there's no guards trying to help y'all in terms of the gunner cleric and also the Azurite. No one's helping y'all.
Is there any way out of here? Like, can we push through the crowd, or is it too much?
The crowd is only moving in the direction out, so you can flow with the crowd, but you can't.
I'm going to flow with the crowd.
Yeah,
I got to get out of here.
Probably the best course of action.
All right, you guys are flowing outside, flowing with the crowd. The guards are moving Scriv and their patrons, away from the violence and the wild, actor. And you also, Scriv, and also Josette, you also notice that it appears that some of the, the patrons that were even near you, it appears that they also are on Trek. They're not as close to you as the people who are sitting next to you, but you definitely notice that in that crowd there are definitely people that are on Trek. And the guards are moving you to um, they say that come with us. We're moving our high value patrons uh, to a safe spot, and so they have about 10 of y'all, um, and so they are basically a group of guards who are protecting this group of 10 as they move y'all away.
I feel like I'm being shoved about a good amount lately.
Yes, you are. You're being shoved like this and this, and when they finally get you to what appears to um, be the safe house or the safe space. The patron that was talking to you, Josette, says, "Oh, this is for commoners. This is for commoners." And he and the other patron and about two other patrons direct y'all down into another building that's right by the safe space. But this building appears to be a little more fluid than even that particular safe house, and that one wasn't fluid, you know. Um, and there's like, you know, this space is definitely, you know, more safer and definitely more comfortable.
Well, thank you for the hospitality.
And go ahead.
Um, Certainly you weren't expecting things to get that out of hand.
No, 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 never, never, never. You know, we love excitement, but not like that. Not like that. It was like, and he would never, ever do something so sloppy.
Floppy.
So,
Scriv is going to first repeat the word sloppy, and then he's going to just say, "What do you mean sloppy?"
I'm like, you saw the patterns of the blood. They were just everywhere, all willy nilly.
Yes.
Just
No art to it, no craft.
no art to it, none whatsoever. We have art. I can show you. In fact, this is why we want you to see the art that we have in this particular, our particular residence here. You know, we love the guards. We love that they made sure that we were all okay, but we cannot be around that many people. And we are glad that our space is just right here. And in here, you can really see some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful art.
Yes, well, I'm of course an art correspondent for the Chronicle, so I would love to see it.
They bring you into this particular room in this building. Um, First thing you notice is that it is unusually for Drow, cold,
Mm.
very chilly. Uh, the walls in here are clearly decorated with beautiful, beautiful art. All right, and there are a lot of plush pillows around, silk hanging from the walls, and different drapes and everything.
This is not going to go.
It is definitely, definitely extra popular, you know. And when they enter, there's four of them that enter. You also know there's two people there already, and one like rushes, you know, who's a female drops. She rushes like, "What is all the commotion? I thought that you all went to go see the play." And one of the two there, which is like, it just went out of control. It just went out of control. And there was no artistic merit to it. And then you hear a voice from behind one of the curtains, and it says like, "There is always artistic intent, yet not merit." And then you do not see the voice that is speaking, but you see a curtain pull back. There are several frozen hearts in a display with pikes through them. It's like intent and merit is what makes art. And then one of the ones who was talking with y'all kind of goes behind one of the curtains and says, you hear them talk a little bit. It's like, "Oh, so what are you all from the Chronicle? Is this true?"
Yeah, I'm a reporter for the Chronicle.
"I have been waiting for someone to write a first-hand expose of the art that I create." See a hand pulls back the curtain.
Ooh.
And I need both of you to roll. Do y'all have resist?
For which?
In terms of your skills?
Nope.
No resist?
Oh no,
Okay. Do y'all have a cult?
I have a cult.
I have a cult.
All right. You're gonna roll 2d10. What we get?
A 9 and a 4.
A 9. You got an 8. Oh man, you guys are barely making it.
Mm.
Ooh. Ooh. It this elegant drow male steps out from behind the curtain. He is so beautiful and elegant that for a second you both stop breathing. But you catch yourself because you realize that if you kept focusing on his beauty, you would literally drown in his beauty. And he's like, "I welcome you to those of my family." And you notice all of a sudden that all of the other drow in there are kind of transfixed with them, and to a degree deferring to them.
Can I use glamour right now? So I don't know what he likes, but I'm a
Murder?
little bit that.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
it's
All
gonna be
right.
trouble.
Watch perception. All right. So you
Could it get me sacrificed? Who knows? I don't, you know, like.
okay. For a second, he looks at you for a second, and even his followers um, notice how he's off for a second, and then he's just like, he looks down. He's like, you very much look like her, and so he tells them his followers to make a little space for you in this particular collection of couches and everything. It's like, always the door to my work. Let me share with you some of my new work. All right. Then he looks. He looks to Scriv, and he's like, make sure that you tell the story from the right perspective.
Yes, I am an admirer of your work. Of course, he's the reporter, but actually, I commissioned this piece. I'm trying to deceive him.
Well, he's like, this particular collection that I've been working on has my patron has been providing me with new degrees of inspiration. I just have to do some things for them, and they provide me with the most undiluted inspiration, and it's been great.
I would love to know what kind of caliber of person was able to see this inspiration so clearly.
And right before you say that, or right after you say that, you see his followers kind of part, and a young drow kid comes in there. They're kind of glassy-eyed, right? And then the swan says, watch the inspiration in motion. Kid comes up to the swan. You don't make out most of what the kid is saying. It seems like a bunch of names here and there. And Joshua, you hear the kid utter the same name that the one-eyed cat did. And then at the end, you see that kid give a pouch, which by the after smell, you deduce his dreck to the swan. And then the swan says, dismiss them before they remember. And one of his followers ushers the kid outside. Jebideux, and Prosper were outside in the crowd. The guards are still basically trying to round up different Drek users here and there. It's heavy commotion everywhere.
I turned to Jeb.
What do you think about the
We got to go back and get Scriv and Josette. I don't think they're safe in there. Whatever's going on in there, something is off. This isn't. You weren't here last time when they went crazy inside a nightclub something's off. This is different. Can you do that thing again where you know?
I can try. Yes. I'll pat on one of the archways and look at it and take us to Scriv and Josette. Please, Spirit, please, gods, please direct us. If you could.
1d10. 1d10.
All right. Foundry is being a little silly right now. I can't see the screen.
You probably just need to refresh. It did the same thing to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
So that 1d10. You're going to do that. Now, with that ability, that is not going to give you direct. It can bring you inside there because that's somewhere that you guys have seen before, but it can't direct you directly to Josette and Scriv. But it can bring you inside the theater when you review and find something else that leads you to them.
Okay. Where exactly in the theater?
Well, it depends on if he's going to do the 1d10.
Oh, okay. We're waiting for the.
I'm
okay.
trying. I'm really trying.
It's all good.
Yeah.
So it will bring you in the theater where you guys were in the theater.
Oh, okay.
Oh, where we were.
Yeah.
But now the crowd is out, so we might have actually an easier time.
We could just walk back in. Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's the case, it's just walk back in.
Well, nah, they're not going to let you back in because the crowd is coming out, and the guards are basically, investigating the area for all the violence that's happening. So this is the move to get back in.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
It's
Okay. What does that mean?
So this is what happens. Let me get my right thing before I speak the wrong thing. So you open up this particular god of domains and doors, lets you through, but this time it was a no-go. So now you have to roll stress. All right, roll 1d10.
all right. Didn't catch that. Wendy, what?
Roll 1d10 for stress.
All right.
Oh.
Whew.
Okay.
That's great.
All right.
That's great. I resist 4 on chat.
Oh, it's happening. Oh, it's happening. Hey. You cannot hear anybody's voice right now. All right. It did not work. And the only thing that you hear right now is a bunch of tiny gods squabbling.
Looking at Prosper, looking around.
Prosper is. This is when you look at Prosper right now. What he's doing right now.
Yeah,
that's what you hear. You can't hear him. All you hear is a whole bunch of tiny gods arguing, trying to get your attention. All right. So there's like a little god of like your big toenail. It's like, no, pay attention to me. There's a little god of a dust sprite. It's like, no, pay attention to me. So you're discombobulated right now. You cannot hear anybody else except all these tiny little gods arguing. And you guys did not.
Can I scramble through my stuff for a notepad?
I know that tinnitus has got to be crazy right now.
So Prosper, what are you doing?
I'm gonna signal him. I want to. So I'm not completely sure I'm clear on the layout of this, but I know this theater pretty well. And in fact, I've got some friends who work here. And one of the things that they did is they arranged a hidden stash for me.
I hate you damn hidden stashes. Go.
In that hidden stash is a door key to one of the back like maintenance areas to let us in, maybe somewhere where the guards are not, and just unlock it without being undetected.
Okay, I will let that slide. Is that just a core
That's
ability?
my it's my low it's one of my low advances.
Is there any okay.
Just works
It just
once
works.
per session.
We got it. Okay. All right. So you guys got in there. You are leading Jebideux, who is arguing with tiny gods, including the god of the giant toenails, big toenail, and dust sprites, and any like the god of the third chair over in the center row. They're all arguing. They're all trying to get your attention, Jebideux.
Can I try to go through the gods and individually venerate? Yes, yes. Thank you, God of my big toenail. Thank you so much for being there every time I stub my toe. Thank you, God of the second, third row chair. I've never sat in you, but I'm sure you're lovely. Thank you, all divinities. Thank you, God of the archway, who would let me pass, but not today, not today. And I thank you for understanding that I didn't need to pass through you. I needed to pass somewhere else.
I will let you. You continue doing this for an hour. I will let this actually be your refresh, meaning that
Nice.
be your refresh to get you out of this cycle. I like that. All right, so Prosper, you enter them in the back room, and then we're gonna switch scenes back again to
Okay.
Josette and Scriv. All right, so the little boy has just delivered this package of sulfur. I mean, not of sulfur, of dreck. And
I'm in danger.
Yeah.
I'm in danger.
Oh yeah.
So Scriv isn't doing anything yet, but he definitely under his cloak he still has his rapier, and I'm picturing his rapier being more like what they call a small sword, not a full giant thing, but like a short sword rapier equivalent. And I mean, he's definitely ready to run this guy through if he tries to hurt Josette.
all right, so he immediately, looks at all of his followers and congregation, and he mentions the name again, Joshua, the same name that the cat mentioned. That has brought us more of the gift, you know. Then he goes into a huge monologue about how those who help him bring beauty into the world are beautiful themselves. Um, and he keeps just going on and on about this, you know. And then he looks at Josette and he was like, and in a moment of almost inward contemplation and humility that seems almost impossible for such a narcissistic person, he goes, she didn't like the dress. And then he automatically clicks out of it real quick and is pontificating to all of his followers and everything. And now we'll do a quick scene switch back to Prosper and
Okay.
Jebideux.
So I know where the backstage is, right? So, and I knew that Scriv and Josette went back there, correct?
Do you have? No, you don't have investigate. Does
I believe I do. I have.
Jebideux has investigate, right?
I believe so.
All right, so yeah. So let's do 2. Oh, you can't do anything right now. What am I talking about? You can't do anything. You're babbling. You're babbling to the gods. You can't do anything. What else you got, Prosper?
Not a lot.
Well, this is what you do see. You do see the particular door that was open by which the majority of the crowd was ushered in those front 2 rows rush out of. All right.
Got it.
So you kind of follow that path itself. No one kind of made sure that the doors and stuff were closed and everything. and there's still pretty much enough of a scattered people going towards where Josette and Scriv are, to kind of in general know what general direction you're going, you know. Um, but then you run into a child who seems to be lost.
You're an evil narrator.
Come and play with us forever. Sorry.
And the kid's just like, you tell the kid it's just looking around, like the kid doesn't know where they're at.
Little one, hello.
Where's Dad? Where's Mama? Where am I? They're about 10.
You're in the theater. You don't know that?
No.
How did you get here? You should be asleep.
I don't know. The lady gave us something.
Something? What do you mean something? What does it look like?
I don't remember. She made us drink it.
What do you
And
mean
then-
us? Who else? Were there others?
All the other kids.
Other kids? Look around. What?
And kid looks like under their breath. Damn Alfie. My mom told us that the Alfie weren't here to help us.
To help you? No. They only help themselves. You know that.
But she gave us some coin, and we thought that was okay.
What door did you come in from? You don't know?
I ran from back there, and he points back to this particular opulent house. And he's like, but I don't remember anything else. I don't know why I'm here. I just remember taking the drink that the Alfear lady gave to us.
Our fair lady. What did she look like?
Her mask was of bone,
I see.
and it had horns fixed on it, but not around the forehead, like around the cheekbones. I've never seen that particular Alfear before. She reeked of sulfur.
I see. Where do you live?
I live in the Red Row, the Derelictus. The bottom layer of Spire. Where am I?
You've come a long way. Very long way. Do you know these robes? Do you know what I am?
I've seen an Azurite or two.
That's right. That's right. Would you stay with me until we can find your mother and father? Okay. Come with me. It will be dangerous and it will be scary, but I can see that you're brave. You're going to need to be brave. Can you do that?
Yes.
Very well. Come with me. Come along. I'm gonna check in on Jeb. It's like, don't mind my friend. He's temporarily insane.
Thank you, God of Elbows, for letting my elbows rest on every desk. Thank you, God of Grease Stains. Honestly, I don't know where I would be if I couldn't have sucked the grease out of my robes.
All right. So you're with the Babbler, the Gutter Cleric. You guys are walking clearly to the spot where Josette and where Scriv are at. And here's the point of contact. You've reached the door. What happens? The swan is still pontificating about the merits of his great artistic, campaigns and things that he has done, and will do.
I want to ask him that question again.
That's just the question.
You said you had some sort of benefactor, someone who shares your vision. I would love to know such a great person.
Says, I do not know that she fully shares my vision, but she appreciates the vision that I bring forth and funds me into manifesting that vision. And it's odd, but yes, it's Lady Joshua. As soon as he says that, you guys are at the door.
Oh no.
Real quick question.
Yes,
You said this room was candlelit, right?
yes.
What I don't, if it's not possible, that's fine. But if there are any curtains or particularly thick rugs or anything that looks extremely flammable,
Uh-huh.
I would like to position myself I'm not doing anything yet,
I got you.
but I'd like to position myself somewhere to where I can get a candle and introduce it to something very quickly if this goes sideways.
All right. Okay.
And then please continue with what you were doing. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're on point.
Oh, it's good.
This is set up.
It's good.
All right, Prosper. It's on you.
Checking with Jeb. Still crazy?
Still crazy.
Yes, thoroughly crazy. I do have a funny thing I would like to do. As we're I guess, is the swan very obviously a highfalutin drow? Very obvious.
Is there
No?
what?
Very obviously a highfalutin drow,
Yes, very much so.
and very much looks like he is. We can smell the sulfur coming from in there, I'm assuming.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
Here we go.
Gonna pull out the Pilgrim's Prayer.
Okay.
Oh, parasitic godling, chambered in 45 ACP. Let my bullet shoot straight.
All right. Let's set it up. Okay. Cross for the door.
Click. I open it and let the cleric go first.
Okay, first of all, you're going to knock, first of all. And they look out, close it,
Oh,
look out, close it, and inside they look back at the swan. And the swan says, this will just make this next portrait more magnificent. And at that moment, takes a hit of the sulfur.
oh no.
Let them in. And all his followers also take a nice hit of the sulfur.
Mm.
And the door is open, and you both have to roll resist. Do you have resist? Resist?
Nope.
No. No.
I've got a Colt.
Do you have a Colt? You have a Colt?
No.
Damn. Damn.
Yep.
Okay, 2d10s for
2d10.
2d10s for Jebideux and 1d10 for Prosper.
That is
3.
God damn, y'all.
man.
All right. Roll 1d10, each of y'all for stress.
Hey, it's looking a little rough.
10.
Oh, I don't know what to do. You are definitely going to be stuck. Oh man. Okay. So, first let's start with the Azurite.
Okay. Okay.
The beauty of the swan is such that you become hyper fixated on the swan to a point that you subconsciously realize that you are standing still. But in your mind, that standing still has expanded to days and weeks. And in your mind, you are thinking that you are going through an economic collapse of all of your finances. So you are
No.
on the floor crying because
No, it's all
you
gone.
lost
Oh
everything.
God, it was all for nothing. Nothing.
The Jebideux,
Yeah.
in the midst of you with all of your dang gods, they keep fluctuating back to various gods of beauty, of comeliness, of wearing your collar right. You are now, the hyper focus is now moving to small guys that are specifically centered around grooming, charisma, makeup. That's where it is
No.
now. All right. So you are also now stuck though, because now it's double. Okay. So you two are stuck at the door right now.
Are we in the room seeing this?
You guys see Prosper come in and just collapse, and then you literally said Jebideux just, you know, keep looking at invisible gods walking in the room. You all just like these bubbles. I don't know what they did. Part of you guys don't know if it's an act or if they have literally been struck down.
Josette, what are you doing before I say anything else?
I mean, I'm just kind of awestruck. At the display. So you go ahead.
And then there's a little boy, the drow boy, who's coming in and looking at this room like, what's going on? And then they bolt. They out of there.
Yeah, I guess this is where I start lighting it up.
There it is. There it is. There it is.
I mean, they're distracted by looking at the two people who just walked in, so I'm not going to have a better opportunity.
Perfect time. Yep. Now's the time.
Okay.
Bring the heat.
Curtain goes up. All right. What are y'all doing? Now, once that happens, his followers are very, very self-centered on the track. So whereas before they probably would have been helping each other to get out of there, they're very, very self-centered to try to get out of there, along with the swan. Now Prosper is still groveling at his feet. All right, fires that, and also Jebideux is also in Lululand, so they're getting
I'm
spoken.
sorry, God of Combs. My hair is just so greasy.
So, what's y'all's next one? In terms of Josette and Scriv, because y'all really the only one who have agency.
Oh, lighting it up, so to speak. I mean, I'll let him take point, but I think this guy might be getting a knife in the kidneys in a second.
Okay. Y'all too.
Do your thing, Josette. I've been talking a lot.
Okay, sure. I'll knife him in the kidneys.
Josette, you don't have fight, do you? Probably don't have fight.
No.
Okay,
no,
one
I just
D10.
have like deceive.
You know what? I'll allow deceive in this. So do
Okay.
2d10.
Yay. Oof.
Oh,
There it is.
Yikes.
Oof.
What is with the dice today? This is
Okay,
awful.
so Josette, you go to swing to shake him, right? And hold on, let me get my. Here we go. All right, you go to
Whoops.
shake him, and no, that's the wrong one. I need it more intense, more intense, more intense.
Help.
Well, roll 1d10 also. I take that back. Roll 1d10 for stress.
Oh, okay.
I totally forgot. I'm like going
You're
straight.
so excited. I'm very scared. For the love of God.
Could have
You know
really
what,
used the other
Josette?
players today.
Being very scared is an entirely natural and reasonable response in this moment.
Yeah, you should have been scared. Oh man, 10? 10 stress?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Why don't we?
You better snap out of it over there.
Oh goodness. All right, so let's go with that one. Oh man. Yeah, you got Fallout. Oh man, let's see. Let's see what's gonna be though. Okay, so you down bad. All right, you down bad, and you received 10 in stress. Jesus. Okay, so your body, right? You went to go stab him. Boom. You know, he caught it. He caught you doing it, and then he counter strikes. But he's definitely counter striking with something that's enchanted, and your left forearm, it starts to crack like a statue.
Oh, ow. Jesus.
It starts to crack like a statue. And the more you're exerting yourself, more cracks are appearing. Scriv, what are you doing?
So the one she's tangled up with is the beautiful one, right? The
Yes.
swan.
Yes.
So I'm going to assume that this guy is powerful enough that I probably can't kill him, but I am holding, and I'm still holding the candelabra, and I'm just going to jam these candles in his face to try to maim him, because
There you
that's
go.
probably worse for this person than death.
Okay. I'll let that fly. You have fight, don't you?
I don't think so.
Why do I always think that you have fight?
Nope. I have compel, I have investigate, I have low society, and I have occult.
All right. So we're going to do 1d10. It's what's Friday on.
All right. Yeah. 5.
All right. You definitely scar him some,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of the wax, you know, but he also gets the counter. And so
This is going to hurt.
with that countering, he gets, we take 4 blood stress and no fallout. All right, so as soon as he gets hit up with the candelabra, he definitely is fleeing with the rest of his peoples, his family. All right, so they are all basically have fled this smoky, burning room, and the only thing that's left is the fact that you got 2 of your people there, 3 now with Josette's and her cracked arm, stuck in this room.
Yeah, so I'm Josette's still like conscious and with it, right? So I'm just like, yeah, we're out of here. I'm gonna grab Prosper by the collar and I'm just yanking him to his feet and trying to drag him out. And I'm like, okay, and to Jebideux, I was like, okay, come on, pray to the god of running, let's go.
All right, so you all
Oh god of
definitely
swift feet, carry me so.
You guys get outside of uh, the Swan's domicile, and at the end of this, and it's literally the point that we start next week.
Mm.
Not next week, or our next session, is that we have a gutter cleric who is stuck in a reverb in a cycle talking to tiny gods. We have our Azurite who is emotionally unavailable because he is thought that the whole market crashed in his personal finances. We have Josette whose arm is now cracking like porcelain. And we have Scriv, the only person who has their wits about them. And he is the last man standing right now.
So as we're standing in the next to this burning building with everybody else, a complete wreck, and Scriv is injured but generally okay. So that went really well. We found out who the Swan was. We solved it.
God of investigations, why have you led us to panic?
Yeah, so that's, if this was a comic book, the next cover would definitely be like Scriv there with his rapier just up, and everybody just like all discombobulated around him. That's the next episode. The next issue.
Lord.
Thank you all for surviving. The city still must fall. And,
I intentionally picked a character that wasn't going to be particularly combat savvy, but like me getting into
I've
combat
got fight.
me getting into combat seems to be like crucial to every episode.
I can't do anything. I like literally can do nothing.
Yeah.
No. This is interesting, but as I said before, the key information that you got from this is that the same name that the cat whispered, that the lady who had the cat directed you toward Anastasia about, is the same person who is giving the Swan this dreck. You know? So yes. And next episode will be the final episode of this arch. All right. So there's going to be a lot of tomfoolery.
I'll get ready.
I look forward to it. You know. Thank y'all for hanging out. We'll make a decision in terms of the next section and everything. We'll do the check-ins and everything. And the other thing, that I know I want to do with everyone, is I want to make a mind map of the bonds that people have. You know, so it'll be easy to visualize, you know, your relationship to each other and stuff. But yeah, that's the next little thing. But yeah, thank you all for the suggestion. And again, to some people in, I think this is definitely going to be the way. You know, I'm also going to work on doing like a short intro video, I guess, for the people who come through. So it'll be a short intro video in terms of the setting, a short intro video on the mechanics. That way that anyone who comes through, they can watch those and be up to speed and stuff.
Yeah.
And any other suggestions from y'all, I'm always ears.
I'm not sure off the cuff. Maybe just something that people can look into and read more directly on the books. I've got a copy of Spire, and I think I just got a copy of Sin the other day that I've got sitting in my PDFs.
Yeah, I could give you like more kind of like context in terms of what to pull out of them to read, in terms of setting stuff, because it's just it's deep forever, and especially your character, because that second ability that you chose for your character, there's actually a cult that does that.
Yeah.
Ability. You know, so yeah, no, definitely, especially for the small gods and stuff, because there's 1,000,001 small gods. You know, but yeah, sounds good. All right, y'all. Time to figure out whoever won the Super Bowl or whatever. You know.
I'm gonna stop the recording.
All right.